I don't know. I don't touch the mouse, so it makes me feel more accurate, like with pistols.
You don't touch the mouse?
Well, no, like, I'm not, like, having to click or exert any pressure. Anyway,
okay.
like, point doesn't matter because I'm
doesn't.
dog at this game.
Ooh.
We just saw inside the Matrix for a moment. Now, my mind is fried at what we just saw, but...
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, everything's all good. Hang on a minute. We're hacking the mainframe once again. We're back into this. Stanislaw hopping out from the apartments. He goes in to the little sandwich of death down in the pit, but it's J&T to get served up. Cirque finds him. Breezy holding the cross. Leo Drunky will shut him down. Dual Barrett is out, and RCF decides the meme weapon, not a good one to have in the 2v3. We are at it short, and Cirque deleting RCF. One bullet flies by, and this is Leo left alone, 1-on-3. They've spotted him, and so many players peeking him at once. NRG will secure the pistol round here to kickstart Inferno.
Yeah, and that double pit setup as well, right? Even getting the man advantage, it seemed like Sharks had a pretty good setup for what was about to hit them, but so many Ts coming out through those apartments and splitting short at the same time, and only 2 players in the A site for Sharks. Rotate was fast, but not fast enough. Harry retaking is very difficult in Inferno, especially on those pistol rounds. So nice work from NRG. Already pulling in a strat that we didn't see them do once in their T side of when they just played this. Of course, it was a far shorter half with them getting CT start. Actually, no, ignore me. It was a T side start, but still they didn't run it. So already plenty more up their sleeves. For now, it's the full eco for Sharks, just looking to take a bit of a breather. I like this boost from RCF at the back of the site. He's behind the emo boxes. Let's see if they spot it. Oh, he's playing patient as well. Pop. Where is it?
Oh, that nade was sick.
Yeah.
That bounces up onto the top of the boost.
Oh.
RCF given a couple of chances, but not able to find it. The aim punch wrecking him. Leo Drunky will get one, despite only being on 20 points of health. NRG, they've uncovered 2 of the 3 players here inside of B and have been able to deal with them. But now with Exit springing his trap over on A, NRG, they realize... You could tell they were a bit worried that it was going to be a B bomb site stack, so they start falling back. And then the second that Exit gets that kill, they could, they realize, okay, they've just gone for like a heavier B presence, but they're just everywhere. And we know where the one guy is on B. They take that gunfight, and NRG will be picking up this second round. J&T holding on to the MAC-10. It doesn't really matter if he saves it or not, because he'll be buying up anyway.
There's some promise in these eco rounds though from Sharks. Like if we think back to that one that they, oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong Brazilian team. But either way, promise in the pistol rounds there, right? Full USPs, 3 kills, and every kill that J&T gets with the MAC-10 is another $600. So he'll take that, a bit of a bonus. I wonder if he'll keep this, as in actually keep it, because he could just. Buy up armor around it and then have more money in the future. If they do lose a follow-up round, he can play a solo rifle and an eco. It gives you options, so we'll find out, because the guns are coming through now for Sharks. NRG taking that 2-0 lead to start off Inferno.
Oh, this buy from Sharks, pretty mismatched, all things considered. Leo dropping a, or rather being dropped the MAC-10. J&T has the AWP, and that's already been dropped. Cirque and Tarek making quick work of these 2 players over in top mid. Aggression down through Banana from Leo Drunky, trying to catch these players in rotation. And now they just turn back. Actually, they do miss the timing. He's already close over in top mid. 3v4 as the A bomb site crumbles, and Sharks, yeah, they're not exactly in a great spot to find much in this round. They're hanging about. They're hoping they can catch something. I imagine if Knack can grab a rifle here over in top mid, he might just look to exit with that.
Damn, that's a rough way to start. I mean, J&T getting the AWP straight away, thinking that, oh, this is my time. And then NRG just double rush top mid with Cirque and Tarek. Really nice entries from them, but this is the kind of pace that NRG was showing earlier on this map as well. Think back to that. Oh, look at Knack, look at Knack. He's making a self-jump.
So that's how they've been doing it.
I thought there was something like that. that's a cool spot. You know, I'm definitely going to use that for saving. I never save. I only play pugs. You don't need to save in pugs. That's what I tell myself, as I ruin my team's economy. But yeah, this is exactly what NRG were doing earlier on, going for these really, really fast top-mid plays, getting quickly up B. Just playing the numbers game. Let's see if Sharks have a response for it, though. There's going to be the buy. They do have the AWP. Actually dropped over. So they didn't save it from the top and middle. No one did, in fact. So that's just been lost in the previous round. But not a worry. They've at least got one. Triple B set up early on. Oh, wow. Not the start you want. Nat looking to take things into his own hands, and instead he gets his head ripped clean off.
And so now they hope that they can find a foothold over in the apartments. They post RCF up here. Him and Tarek so close to one another, but they'll never see each other. Leo going to catch Ethan down towards the bottom of Banana. And this forward position not only gives this 4-on-4 over, but you can see Sharks, they know that they've applied all this pressure onto NRG and that they've likely forced their hand into the A play. They're desperately trying to rotate J&T round to reinforce this bomb site, but it's only exit here. He's got to buy time. Effectively 1v4. Finally, this rotation has arrived from Leo. He's immediately bested, and Tarek doubling up. 3 kills in total. The A bomb site is gone, and Sharks once again. It's got to just be a save at this point in time. NRG are looking pretty damn terrifying on Inferno.
They look far more warmed up than even earlier, which is kind of crazy to say after they 16-5 their first game. I think that smoke that exit through, he didn't want it to fall down the stairs. He wanted it to stay up on his level because then it would have let him move around the site and hide somewhere else in the boxes. Instead, he right-clicks it, it pops down the stairs, and even though Tarek couldn't see him when getting the kill, if he stood up, his head would have been exposed from that top out position. So it doesn't let him move. He's pinned into the corner. He tries to trade his teammate, and he goes down. Only J&T left, and he doesn't want to fire off a shot too early because there are players close to the site. Considering the Ninja, but no time left up. He's got to save, and he's got to deal with Stan, who's going to be coming in through the library. So, footsteps being made. J&T, he's going to realize, but doesn't want to chase this one down. Stan's going to check it, and that's so rough. Loses the AWP in the last second. He even gets a couple of shots off onto Stan, puts him low as well. So that's very unlucky.
Man, I would not want to face NRG on Inferno anytime soon. They've been just dismantling these teams.
As you would expect, though.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, like with every minor, it's always been the case that like what we expect very rarely ends up happening, at least like not on day one. It always feels like there's a few things that just like slip through the cracks to open these up.
Yeah, that being said, I feel like NRG, they're just so above the level of a lot of the teams here.
Yeah.
In all regions, I think. Apart from Europe, I think even, like if you put NRG against, head-to-head against the European minor teams, they're still better than quite a few of them. And they match, yeah, like, who's the best team in the European minor? Fnatic, North, Mouse, right? I think NRG can beat all 3 of those teams.
Yeah, 100%.
So, you have to remember that. That being said, they've got to do it, Harry. They can't just go to the major. Got to work for it, and right now they are 4-0 up, and in a 4-on-2, Nax alone on B, but he might join his teammates in the graveyard soon.
Oh, Stan is just one step ahead every step of the way. J&T left alone. And it will just be another save here for Sharks. So that's if they're allowed to get away with it. Cirque is actually hunting down the last man. Looking to try and strip this AK from the ranks of Sharks. I feel like every NRG game we've seen has just been the CT side having to save in every single round.
Ooh.
Oh, Cirque, well.
Oh, phew.
Yeah, I was sweating for J&T then.
Come on, make the jump. That's the thing. No one's seen this yet. No terrorists have found anyone saving here. So I want to see if that changes. Because as far as I'm aware, I don't know how well this spot is known even in Pro CS. Like, I watch a lot of Counter-Strike carry. I've never seen anyone here until today. But I've seen it every game of Inferno. Maybe it's a Brazilian thing. Because both Brazilian teams have saved there today.
Yeah, that is a weird one. I think I've seen players like boosted there. Maybe.
It's a very easy jump.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, the little solo jump is nice to get you up there. Like, Hugo, man, not everyone's a movement god. Not everyone can strafe like you. But you can strafe if you head over to your resident app store on iOS and Android. Download the Strafe app and keep up to date with the miner.
Mic drop.
Let's go. J&T hitting the shot early. Stan finally shut down. That's the man advantage picked up for Sharks. First time they've really found themselves in this sort of comfortable situation, but Ethan's quick to make them feel claustrophobic again. Knack will get that trade. So he'll keep the advantage in favor of Sharks for the time being.
Yeah, very important trade there. If Ethan gets that second kill, not only is B open that he can just take for free, but you know, they have a 3-on-3 here. Now NRG finally uncomfortable, finally a man down. It's been a long time coming. Double pit for Sharks, very good setup, and this boost is going to come through. It's going to get spotted. Exit sees Breeze it above, and now knows that there's got to be two short-sized players due to that boost. J&T's pushed down Banana in the meantime, and he's actually killed Cirque. So desperate times for NRG. What will be the desperate measures? Up through the archway. Off angle for Knack. He's just going to sit inside the corner, wait for them to push through. But Breezy dunking, and Knack does hit the shot. Knows Tarek's up close as well. Spraying and praying, and he'll hit the shot. Sharks finally find a round on this CT side. Long overdue. But with a 5-round streak to NRG prior to that, they do still have money to buy up. And those odds on GG Bet, well, they've certainly switched over.
Now we're seeing this triple B setup. J&T over here with the AWP. They're going to try and set him up on the banana. Molotov looking to force Stanislaw out into the open. He will shoulder peek into the AWP. Ethan in with the trade, and he's been very good at getting these equalizers over towards banana. Stan going to have to try and... Oh! Tarek? Hello? Hello? There's a smoke there.
Unreasonable.
Well, yeah, man, I don't know how Knack's going to feel about that one. He's seen better days. Exit now on the angle, flashed around. Actually going to make quick work of both these long players. Suddenly, it's only Ethan left standing, but he's out from the apartments. And good night to Exit and RCF. Now just Leo left to try and overthrow. It's down to the 1v1. The bomb gets planted for short, and Ethan, he's read this well. He's posted up, but Leo Drunky's going to get the kill. And Sharks, they will lock in that second round by the skin of their teeth.
Those flashes on long were sick as well, right? NRG go through the smoke. Exit spots it. He throws one flash. It forces NRG to look away. And then as they look back, a flash from the pit side comes in for Sharks. Fully blinds both players. Exit mows him down and sets up his team for success. Leo, important clutch there to keep the economy of Sharks, I would say, alive, but I think that's, you know, really overstepping it. They've got one buy. So very important that they pick that one up. No money left in the coffers, though. AWP for J&T. NRG, though, coming back in with one of their own. They've still got their AWP, so things are still looking good. Triple B early on for Sharks. They love doing this, throwing all their util down, then rotating the player back if needed, especially considering they're getting info early on second mid. Look at this boost up. J&T, he's gone inside the apartments. He spots second mid. He goes back towards shore. Though, I don't know if you've seen the fact that the bomb is indeed there. Oh my god, it's just a barrage. Ethan's going to get flashed in. Oh, what a spray. He even tries to convert it to Knack behind the wall, but peaks when he runs out of ammo. Cirque does get the trade, and 4-on-3. NRG can just chill out.
J&T is like, oh, his head is on a swivel. And, oh, Tarek swinging on out. We'll get rid of him. I thought J&T was going to get rewarded for his Kirby impression there, but not quite. And now RCF alone down in the pit. 3 players outside of A, and NRG, they don't even have to commit to this A bomb site at this point in time. That's the most scary part for Sharks. They'll decide to rotate RCF off of A. And this could be the perfect decision. NRG, they've fully left that A bomb site. They're grouping up now outside of Banana. Still a bit of utility here on RCF and Exit. If RCF drops a smoke now, they're going to have to push through it. And that could be a pretty realistic way of Sharks still making something of this round. Make no mistake, they are sitting 2 men down. And it would have required a massive individual effort. Sadly, Exit's going to fall at the first hurdle. And so for RCF, he's just got to bow out of this round. It will be a 6th for NRG.
Yeah, that seemed pretty desperate for Sharks. Instead of throwing down the smoke, that, as you said, he had time to do so. He instead goes for the flash. Now, his teammate died before that flash popped, but even if he didn't die, he was about to, because that flash would have fully blinded him. Very much committed to taking those fights. RCF will get away with the AWP though, so that's something here for Sharks to look forward to. But as said, Harry, you know, winning the last round, a one-on-one clutch, their money's gone. They're running off of loss bonus. They might even be tempted to buy, considering JNT's got 34, RCF's got an AWP. But yeah, realistically, half buy, get some pistols and armor behind this AWP, buy up fully next round with utility. But we'll see what they decide to do. Ethan started off this map very well.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Ethan was always the real star within NRG. I know he fell on some hard times kind of lately and has been struggling a bit, right? But it's like, if he can kind of get back to the form that we were seeing during the height of like the DAPS era within this squad, and you can get Ethan and Cirque alongside one another, that would be promising. JNT, however, might have laid NRG to rest in this round. A double entry down at Banana. Flashes raining over the top. It's Ethan to try and keep things even. He's pulled it back into a 3-on-4. Still challenging for Banana control, NRG, but now they decide to give it up. Tarek all the way down through short, going to shut down Exit. JNT back here on the AWP once again, and he's such a nuisance. He's on for the ace. Is he going to get it? Just Cirque left to try and overthrow. JNT missed shot, and now down to the 1v2. Surely 4 kills from the AWPer of Sharks is enough for them to secure this round. RCF up in the apartments. He's the unknown factor. The fail-safe and the Mag 7 up close is enough to get it done. Sharks 3-6. As JNT goes above and beyond.
Screw it, who needs a force buy when you got that? That's unbelievable. 4 kills of the AWP. I love that as well. Even the first shot down Banana, he gets a kill and he also tags Breezy down to 10. Finishes him off right away, so it doesn't matter, but just so much damage. Gonna need some flex tape for that. 6-3. Force buy here for NRG, if you want to call it that. It's only Tarek who's struggling. Ethan on a Mac 10, but 3 guns. So, back to B. Dangerous to see NRG go so fast to the top of Banana after how that last round went. But hey, they've got it under control. The nade does find good damage. And the molly to section off Knack alone here. He's going to have to commit. He's going to have to fight to his last breath. They found him, and Stan's dealt with him as well. Caught with a nade in hand. Very much should have expected a push there after that molly went on the corner, and these fights are going very well for NRG. 4-on-3 here at the top of B. Exit still sits here, just making sure they don't overtake this B bomb site. But NRG can slow it down now with this man advantage.
We'll get some damage off. Flash now raining in over the top, and that's enough to force him back into the bomb site. Just 5 points of health. And NRG, they're backing away from B. They're going for the A play here. Only RCF remains at this bomb site down in the pit. He's got to try and make a stand. His presence now known. Drops that Molotov, but there's already players past it, and it's Cirque to find him. For Exit and JNT, I don't even really think they can justify giving this one a look in.
No. I mean, maybe a look, but you don't want to lose the AWP here, that's the thing. Exit could consider going for a kill, but not even going to do so. Sharks looking to save another round. That's a rough one. 7 on this T side now for NRG. We're seeing, you know, signs of life from Sharks, but by and large, NRG outclassing them here on Inferno. As you would expect, their map pick, their minor, you would expect, you would imagine.
I mean, that's the thing. This is where for NRG, you've really got to give some credit the way of Ethan, who's not just sitting top of the board, but he's just been so good at contesting this banana area at the beginning of every one of these rounds, even in the ones, where Sharks have tried to go for the aggression on the back of the AWP, even when they've exerted a pressure there, both in terms of utility and their presence, it's always been Ethan. Whether it's him finding the entries or getting the trades just to keep things even, he's been so key towards that side of the map. And for Sharks, they're having a real hard job trying to figure out how to nullify this man, which, is a lot easier said than done when you've got Ethan in this sort of mode. There's also just these rifles still across the board. NRG never really too keen to pick the AWP up on the T side of Inferno.
No need really right now. I mean, J&T, bit of a problem in a couple of rounds ago, but let's see if that continues to be the case. He's back on it. 4-man B setup, not what you see every day. Lots of utility for Sharks. Let's see if NRG try and contain them. They have thrown those top B mollies. You can see Sharks ready to pounce. They're going to have a double rotate, because right now it is just RCF alone with barely any util on A.
Thing is, they spotted all this utility raiding in through Banana, so they send absolutely everyone up into top mid just to grab this side of the map while it's free. And over on this side of NRG, you've had to expend so little utility, and Sharks, they've had to use so much. But the first kill actually going to go the way of J&T. Tarek found over in top mid. NRG now start to rotate that bomb back towards Banana. Going to rejoin up with Stan and Cirque. And might just look to hit this B-bomb site where they will be running into 2 players. Smoke for the cross at the very least, and also Molotov perhaps for oranges. So they can actually block off at least one of these players that currently resides inside of the B-bomb site.
Ooh, Stan heard that. He knows there's a player oranges. They're going to try and isolate him right now. Smoke is down, and they push round the corner. J&T with the shot off does connect to Breeze. A 4-on-2 here for Sharks. All he has to do is stay alive, buy time, and do more, in fact. Taking down Cirque through the smoke. Ethan's going to get aggressive once he hears a shot go off. He knows he'll have just a second, a gap, a timing, and he's going to get hit. That's rough. J&T finishing it up. And what a round from him. Another 4K with the AWP, finishing it off with the P250. But hey, we won't take that away from him. 4 rounds to Sharks. Harry, we said Leo was going to be the man to watch out for. Well, J&T is putting all of that to bed.
I mean, that's the thing, right? J&T is certainly having a great performance. We just need to see the usual suspects rising to the occasion around him,
Yeah.
Because it is feeling a bit like a one-man army right now for Sharks. He is 15-6. He doesn't seem to mind having to step up. And once again in this round, it's him to find the opener. Oh. Leo and Exit, they chain together for so much damage down Banana. And it is just Breezy left alive, 1v5. Don't really fancy his odds here to get anything done. Oh. We'll get one down through middle, but don't imagine he's able to find much more on the back of this round.
Especially when there's no one giving him fights. 3 players on B, locking that bomb down. J&T decides, screw it, we'll give him the site. Doesn't make a difference to us. Make sure those guns are ours. Actually, that's a good question. Are they theirs? Where did RCF, where did his weapon go? He was killed at the top of middle, and yeah, it's still there. So Breezy could go and save that, but no real reason to. You may as well just look to do damage. And he will be damaged instead. Exit shutting him down, and Sharks 5 rounds here on the CT side. Starting to claw this game back, starting to make it close. And NRG are in an awkward spot now when it comes to money. It may be tempting just to buy up fully and just have 2 or 3 utility players. That'll probably be what they do, but Stan and Tarek, no nades for you. Yeah, good time for a pause, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, especially because, like, with Sharks now picking up this momentum, it is starting to get a bit more scary. Right? Now we do have that man we can look to try and propel Sharks towards an upset victory here in the first map. we didn't really have like a dominant presence at first for Sharks. It was just kind of wherever they could, they were putting up numbers. J&T in these last, 5-6 rounds, he's been coming alive on this AWP. And the real worrying sign of the times for me with NRG right now is there's money on J&T. He's got cash looking at the future, so he's able to keep bringing that AWP out, even if he's going to lose it on the back of these coming rounds. So Sharks might be 5-7 down, but there's still very much a chance for them to pull ahead in this half.
Look at Exit. He's in T-spawn, mate. He's pushed down middle. Stan's not ready for that at all. And the one round, the NRG have no mid control. They are going to pay the price. Bomb pushed up, second mid is dropped. I love this play from Ethan. He's going to try and abuse the fact that he can get through apartments, but actually doubling back could still work because he's still past them, regardless of coming out through the end of the apps. That smoke gives away his position, though. That'll send J&T back up to watch his back, and Nak's going to be covering it as well. He's seen, but he will get the kill, and that's what matters. Cirque alone in second middle. He's just going to wait for them to feed the beast. One done so far, 3 more to go.
Yeah, that's just not happening. You're trapped in a tunnel, and I mean, it's already pretty bad there, right?
You don't
just
need
that
to. Full
sentence
stop.
alone. Yeah.
You're trapped in a tunnel, but wait, here's the bad bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's out of the frying pan into the fire for Cirque in that round there. And now the money's run out once again for NRG. So Sharks, this is their chance to tie things up and pave their way to a strong CT side.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when you always have to remember the context, right? When you're going up against NRG, 7-round half, man, that's good. Like, CT Inferno, that's good. You should be happy with that. We'll see if they can lock it in. Certainly looking fine to do so right now. Stan drops one at the top of B, but the bomb gets traded for it, so they'll take that. It's actually J&T to get one tap to the AWP, so they'll have to save that in the next round. I like how keen the second Sharks are. They just split. They just dodge the A site. They just go watch the bomb because there's no need. Don't split up. Don't risk losing players. NRG are going to conga line through the spawn. The Sharks are already here, already waiting. RCF with the taps, finds some damage, and he's just going to make this long and painful.
Yeah, the honourable thing here is for NRG to run to their demise, but they want to make this as expensive as they can. They want to try and get some of this utility even out from Sharks. Any little costs you can start to run on up. It's like when you're doing your taxes, like you just throw all the expenses in there you can, and that's how NRG are kind of trying to operate in that round. They're trying to make every little deduction away from the Sharks' economy that they can muster. Now, they're only able to drain a couple of smokes, a few flashbangs at the end. Doesn't really make any difference heading into the last round of this first half.
Futon? That's a business expense. I sleep before work every night.
There you go, exactly.
Last round of the half, though, and no AWP for NRG. It's not been too prominent on this T side, though, so not a huge worry. Cirque is in middle, watching out for the fast mid play here. There is an AWP posted, though, and J&T, how does he get a kill there? I do not know. The trade in for Cirque, but the Molotov slows him down only for a second before it gets put out by smoke, and they just fast play the A site. They know the Sharks have not been putting a lot of players early on A, and they're going to try and abuse that.
Oh, but through this smoke, Exit and Nak, they'll go pushing through, and they make quick work of that offensive. Things look so good for NRG. They got the man advantage. They moved into that round in a 5-on-4, collapsing into the A bomb site, but the rotations were quick. The kills were clean. And I mean, the rest all fell into place for Sharks. They win out that half, 8-7. Pretty phenomenal, all things considered. NRG sporting the lead for the majority of that first half. There's still more CS action to come though, Hugo. This is just the first half of many maps of Counter-Strike, many moons still to come. So we'll be back with the second half after a quick break. Do not go anywhere.
8-7 on the half here. Sharks taking the lead on NRG's map pick. This series is certainly spiced up right now as we head into their T side, their swap over, their chance to set the pace. Is there any realistic chance of an upset, Harry, or is it only a good half before NRG get really warmed up?
I mean, you know, if I was clairvoyant, I would have an easier time answering this one. I feel like NRG should still be picking up the win, but Sharks have been looking really good. J&T especially having some massive moments. Leo as well starting to find his footing and deliver the big performances we expect from him. But already in this round, the pistol underway and Breezy picking up the opener. Ooh. Well, Cirque's traumatized after witnessing that. Tarek will come in and get the equalizer at the very least. So a slow pistol round now, as there's been a lot of contact early on, and now neither team really wants to be the one to give up this next kill. They will just group up Sharks over here towards Banana. Tarek, that first point of contact, and
see, they're waiting for this this push down B, but they're never going to get it because NRG have given up long. So they've dedicated one of their 2B players to actually watching CT spawn right now. Tarek's confirmed the fact that they're pushing up B. And NRG are still scared of CT because they've yet to see that bomb and that third player, Leo, who's just sitting in T-spawn. So Sharks have at least forced Tarek back and NRG into this 2-2, but no reason to budge if you're NRG. Your two players should be able to at least lock it down, get a couple of kills, and now the execute into B coming through.
yeah, and this almost had to be the B play. You've got one smoke on that. That'll get thrown in now. Ethan's dinked down from the boost. It's Tarek who's the unknown factor. The bomb dropped at the back of the bomb site. Tarek swinging out, and Nak looking completely the wrong way, getting shot in the back.
That was a miss. Sorry. Yeah, that was a big misread from Sharks. I think they had the feeling there was only one player down on B there because Tarek at the back of the site was watching towards, or at least it looked like he was watching towards CT while his teammate was covering the walk-up. Sharks must have assumed that there were 3 players on A and as a result try and hunt him down.
I think that's even further reinforced right by the fact that Tarek initially was playing that aggro role down on Banana, right? And it's so common to see in those sort of situations, you know, if someone's playing that far ahead, they're playing for the information to buy time for rotations. So they do try and overwhelm B, and in the end it's them to get overwhelmed. Just pistols now for Sharks, the apps drop about to come through. And Breezy's pushed all the way down through mid, but this is kind of misinformation for NRG because now this A bomb site is overrun with Brazilians, and they've got to try and clean this up.
There's a Brazilian with them, Harry, but not for long. It is a slaughter. Nak not going to be able to stop this defuse, but let's see if he can get any kills. Do NRG realize there's still a player left? Yes, okay. Some players had knives out on the site, but luckily it won't be a problem. Defuse coming through in 9 rounds here on the half for NRG. They take the first 2 of their CT side. Now the pressure's on, Harry. Now the moment we've been waiting for. J&T back on the orb.
And I mean, this is it. This is where things get really interesting. NRG, they attempt the bonus round here. They've been pretty keen on running these. But I want to see what this AWP can do, moving into the T side of things. J&T very impactful in that first half, and it will continue here. He goes blow for blow with Cirque. Comes out victorious, nades down Banana. Do find a lot of damage onto J&T. Nak's now trapped through the smoke. J&T's going to take down another, surely. J&T, don't try and find the third. Don't do us to him. Oh, status law. Tucking himself in.
That smoke is not helpful. All that's done is cut off his teammate's line of sight. Oh no. Tarek tries to help. All he does is hurt. Although Stan does actually get through the smoke. He pushes all the way behind them. What on earth? Sharks made so much noise leaving the Banana that Stan knew it had to be an A play, and it still is.
Breezy is kind of the unknown factor, the bait and switch, but pre-fired by Leo. Stan's heroic play down Banana, while it does get all the kills he kind of physically could have got from it, it's not enough to quell this A-side play from Sharks, and this will be a 9-9 scoreline, tying this up. Obviously, it was the bonus attempts from NRG. They are going to be able to keep this AK in play. They can drop an AWP over to Cirque if they would like to have one in this next round. So they're going to have all the bells and whistles in this buy that's fast approaching. But, I mean, Sharks, they're impressing me right now, I'll be honest. Like, admittedly, you were able to overcome the force buy, or not force buy, sorry, the bonus round. For me, like, the real test is going to come up in this round, the one that's about to take place. But if J&T can keep this performance up, and then you can just have, Leo and Exit continue their reasonably decent game here, but their strong performances from earlier is more what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that Sharks are in this game at this point, right? 9-9 on the half, or 9-9 is the score. Like, there's no question. This is very, very close, but this is, as you say, the true test. If NRG start locking down CT rifle rounds, this is where it could get very, very hard for Sharks. Let's see what they've got, though. Orps are out, as you say. Circa's gone for his as well, so playing short side, not wanting to cross on mid and get picked up early on like that scout in the previous round. And this is the right start from NRG. You're going into the first rifle, the first proper buy. You don't want to be throwing a mid fight or pushing down banana or taking apps. Just settle back, slow default, let Sharks play their own game and just play reactive. And that seems to be what NRG are calling for this rifle round. Knowing that your protocols are better than the opposition's, or at least hoping that. This pre-rotation is coming off the back of very little information. They're throwing Cirque over towards B on a gamble. They may come to regret that because Sharks are very pressured towards the top of middle. As I say that, 2 players moving through banana as well. J&T, could go for the wallbang to White Peak. Ethan gets taken down. Tarek's there with a trade, but he will be able to retreat. Cirque is even rotating back towards A. He might not need to. Nak is going to try and sell this B fake, but there's the bomb going up towards that A site.
Oh, and Cirque just making that decision to leave CT. Might not matter because Stanislaw is here, and he's laying down the lore over towards Long. Breezy, hidden now inside of the bomb site, will get checked by Leo, but the flash is perfect. Stan here to try and help his teammate out of danger. Rotation coming in from Cirque, and Stan's just got to stay alive a little bit longer. He'll do more than that as he gets 3 kills, locking down the A bomb site. NRG up 10-9, back in the lead once again.
Man, Stan has just looked very good individually. That was a question that I had coming into like the roster change that NRG made. Not that not that Daps was like a crazy fragger, but he didn't need to be within this team. And I was thinking it's been a while since we've seen Stan. How good is he going to be on this stage? How much can he hold down the line rather? And he's just looked very, very consistent, like very solid, winning the fights he needs to, and making a lot of opportunities for NRG. This one, it's a push down from Breeze. He's looking to open up onto second middle, but it's actually the underpass. J&T poking his little head up top will lose it.
Oh, and here's the apps drop. Stanislaw, chance to step up once again. Frag movie clip at the ready. And not quite. He'll only get 3.
Yeah, if you get glocked, that frag movie clip, no matter how good it was, is immediately counted.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It was also anti-eco, so,
not
that hard.
We get it, Hugo. You would have got all 4 in that situation.
No, I would have died to the second player in.
Nah, man, I know I would have been Breezy, but the difference is I would have looked into the tunnels and gotten Zeused immediately upon going down there. So, yeah. More power in the hands of Cirque. Same can be said for G&T.
Wow.
J&T.
You'd love a G&T right now.
Oh, what's going on? Tarek, he's hidden. He's behind enemy lines.
He's between enemy lines.
Yeah, he's reading between the lines at this point. I mean, trying to find a silver lining in amongst this smoke, and he will emerge. Not quite able to escape from J&T, but a kill is a kill. 3-on-3 as the trades have gone equally. Look at Stanislaw, by the way.
Oh.
You thought that Tarek was behind enemy lines. Well, Tarek 2.0 over here. Gaining ground on Sharks. Does somewhat have to pick up the pace. But this double hold inside of the bomb site and the fact that Stanislaw is so close, he's hot on the heels of Sharks. This feels like it should be an impossible B-site take.
Oh, they flashed him. He actually got flashed off by Cirque. And then RCF hard checks the corner. If that flash never came through, he probably finds more value. But instead, Sharks shut it down. JNT so quick to check the back line as well. He's on 26 kills.
26 and 12. I think a lot of people watching thought that Phelps was going to be the highest fragging Brazilian of the day. I think he got 33 earlier on. So watch out, because I tell you what.
JNT's about.
Yeah, he is. JNT is moving toward taking that top spot away.
Yeah, this game is far from over, Harry. NRG are not, having the field day that maybe some would assume. They are being put to the test. 11-10 and a half buy for NRG. Well, it's a full buy. And that speaks volumes, because they don't have a lot to play with, but they do have SMGs around the corner. 2 for 1, 3 for 2. It's a great trade early on, and Ethan's even going to get out. 16 points of health. He had to stay alive there. If he dies, Sharks take B and they lose the round. But instead, they're going to split up and walk back to A, where Breezy already waits. JNT last alive with 15 points of health. And I know he's been good, Harry, but surely not this good.
I don't know, man. Cyclops mode engage. He's scoped up and
Meat moot.
Leaving no angle unchecked. Breezy. Oh, no. He's made noise. He's made noise. He's baited the beast, but one shot's all that is required. And Breezy pretty good at landing those. 12-10. Double AWP moved into as well from this CT side, if I'm not mistaken. No, okay.
They only had one.
Never mind. I thought they'd also retreat.
Yeah, because he
But then I was like,
No, he was just checking.
Okay.
Didn't know if they got one on the other side of the map or whatever. It's always good to check. Nothing worse than having too many AWPs, I think. I've never found that to be a problem, for me at least. I love 5 AWPs.
Yeah, I mean...
That being said, I'm not getting paid to play, so... Probably, I bet that's a real first world problem, but I bet that's actually a really rough problem to have, like, in a pro game. Like, if you have too many AWPs. I've
definitely played an MM where we've had too many AWPs. In fact, I think most MM games feature too many AWPs. Like, the amount of times that, there's always this moment at the beginning of a game, like you've all saved like 4 rounds in a row because you're all just filthy AWPers. And like there's that moment where everyone's looking at each other, waiting to see what the buy is, and then just 3 guys all purchase AWPs at the same time, and it's like, well, great.
No, it's when you're getting wrecked in a game and everyone's tilted. Like CT Inferno is such a good example. When everyone's tilted, everyone has money, and everyone's like, screw it. And you just look around, you got 4 AWPs because everyone wants to use it.
And then you win the round, and you're like, well,
guess it worked.
Yeah, this is it. This is the future. I tell you what, it's a real kind of breath of fresh air here for NRG, because finally they're in a situation where there should be a pretty clean-cut round. And there shouldn't be too much pressure exerted by just these pistols. They will get control of the apartments early on in this round. Flashes are going in over the top. Breezy missing this initial spray. He gets deeked down by Leo, and the A bomb site is just crumbled.
What was that, Harry? Should be an easy round. Well, take that away, because it's a 5-on-3 straight away. Tarek boosted up above the smoke. He's got a kill. He's got 2. And Stan's watched the smoke push as well. There's another man still standing on the site, but that gets dealt with by Stan. He pushes through, and the defuse is being stuck. JNT, he might be able to stop it. Tarek's only got the cover of the walkout, but he does manage to shut him down. God, that got scary for a second. That was a 5-on-3 before Tarek got boosted up on long. Without that, round could have been done, but he saves the day with 3 kills. Top fragging for NRG right now, trying to contend with that of JNT, who is doing everything he can to keep Sharks in this matchup.
Lots of utility over to Banana from either party, really. I mean, the nades raining in from both T-Ramp and that B-bomb site. Now, it is going to be NRG to come off worse in that little trade down towards Banana, and they actually set Ethan up here alone. Interesting decision considering he's low on HP, but this enables him to have this 4-man presence over towards the A-bomb site. Tarek lucky to be alive, and he certainly knows it. 16 points of health, 1 by 1. The rest of his teammates falling. He's thrust into the enemy lines, and suddenly he's the only man left at this A-bomb site. He will pluck the first from the ranks of Sharks, but a 2v3 required here, and Tarek and Ethan both brought down low earlier in the round.
Did those mollies land? Didn't get a tick of damage to the player that was planting right where they should. So I think there's a chance they even landed on the roof there. They didn't spot it, but doesn't matter anyway. Didn't stop the bomb plant, so won't make a hell of a lot of difference. And 11 rounds for Sharks now taken. NRG being the one saving. Now that is a real plot twist that I didn't expect. But it is Inferno after all, so cannot do much in this situation. Got to hold on to those guns. And the money is far from perfect here for NRG as well. That's the scary part, right? Like, they might be tempted just to go for this buy because they've got, you know, Cirque who's able to get an AWP with body armor. Tarek can drop over one rifle. This can be fine. You can get 4 guns, no issue. But you're not out of the woods, Harry. You lose 1 round, suddenly it's 13-13. Oh, sorry, 13-12, and you got to take an eco. And yeah, I think NRG making the safer decision here not to buy up, rather play with the full guns, and that will be in the follow-up.
And you can see Sharks aware that the money is ran low for NRG now, as this is a lot more aggression within the opening few seconds of this round towards Banana than we've seen from them in almost every T-side round thus far. They know there's not going to be that blanket of utility down just to keep them at bay. So they've been very quick in getting this much control over towards the B side of the map. And the thing is, they don't even have to do anything with this, right? Even the fact that you've got it, you can just leave a player here to keep an eye on this portion of the map and keep the attention of NRG at that B bomb site. Even if it's only Ethan you're stopping from rotating, you know, he's one of the 2 rifles that exists in this buy right now. So that is the mainstay of the firepower being kept at that B bomb site. That said, Sharks retrieving the bomb and taking it down Banana. This looks like it might be a B fake. They decided to drop it, so now it's like a bit up in the air. And now it does seem like they're just going to try and play reactively. They get kills across the map, so at this point they can really go wherever. And it looks like it will be into this A bomb site. And they're going to get it, not for free, but damn close.
For a discounted price of only $299.99. And bomb plant down for Sharks in a second. They are just taking the time so they can continue to hunt, maybe. RCF, he's right and ready. But been spotted. Ethan's going to be able to take him down. And there we go. The Sharks will start smelling blood in the water. And out they go for a merry old swim. Ethan's got to put as much distance as he can. But how much distance can you put when every exit is covered? Sharks not hunting, though. They're just chilling, surprisingly. Let the food come to them. Uh-oh. Ooh. There we go.
And I mean, once again, it's a kind of harsh reminder for NRG that you can't be underestimating this Shark squad. Convincing round there. Obviously, you know, it was just those 2 rifles for NRG, but they get absolutely nothing done in that round.
And they had a really good setup towards short. I was going to mention it, but it was so quick. They had one under porch, one on top of porch, one under porch, and one playing the corner. The Sharks threw the perfect Molotov to just cut off those players, and one by one, dripped them out of that round. Yeah, NRG really were trying to set up Tarek in the previous one, weren't able to do so. He got killed from Boiler. This time, Sharks, oh, they're going to the apartments drop. Stanislaw not going to hear this. He's not going to know until it's too late. Breezy shut down 2, though. He will get traded. Surely they don't check the top side, and now he just drops the bomb, tries to follow up. Exit gets traded by the AWP, and luckily enough, NRG do catch that fast contact play out by Sharks.
But I almost want to believe if anyone could do this, it's JNT, especially as he's just got by Tarek. The timing is just slightly amiss here. JNT taking down the first. Oh, he gets past, and now he knows where Tarek is. Oh, he's hunting for him. He's looking for him on the other side of the smoke. Easiest kill of Tarek's life. NRG, they'll get themselves another round, 14-12. 30 kills on JNT, 16 on the next player on his squad. But might not be enough. Pretty heartbreaking for Sharks here, at least in the first map. Regardless, I mean, you think about the fact that this was NRG's map pick.
Yeah. This
and
makes
Sharks
Nuke
have done,
super
yeah,
interesting.
it really does.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like there's a good chance we could see all 3 maps now, which I'm ecstatic about. Tarek, top banana, flashed off the angle, falling back into the bomb site. Molotovs and nades doing great damage onto this offensive squad that tried to group up and hit B initially. They've been brought down low. They will recommit to the push. They try and head in, and Tarek missing a couple of shots now. He's been given a few opportunities, and he's not able to find anything on the back of them.
Yeah.
This is a Sharks round all day long. And now this gets pretty dicey. There's no money for NRG. There's a 13th round on the board for Sharks. You know, you're into the last 2 rounds of regulation. And you're in that spot where it's like, you know, do you eco and try and I mean, I don't even know. It is just pick your poison at this point in time as to how you want to approach this one, right? I imagine they take an eco, they give up 14-14 and then go for the buy.
You just chuck your 2 rifles on B, I think, after that round, right? A has been a pretty good lockdown site for NRG in the past. B, they finally get rushed, they finally get dealt with. The missed shots from Tarek, that sucks to see because he hits 2 kills there and suddenly the round's won by NRG. They can just play for retake, right? But yeah, definitely not what you want. The faster approach towards that B site, something that NRG used, you know, back in their first half every now and then, switching up the pace, going for these slow rounds, and then boom, just hit them with a B rush. They're not ready for it. That's the first B rush, I think, of the half, or at least in quite a while. So NRG definitely were expecting a slower round there, and they're going to pay the price, Harry, the price of a 13th round. NRG have not once looked comfortable in this game. They've looked good, and they've had a lot of rounds, but they've never been, you know, leading by more than 2 or 3. They've always had Sharks nipping at their heels, not letting them get comfortable. And just this continual pressure on the economy as well, as you said, put NRG in this really rough spot of, you know, we got 2 players with guns, and that is it. So I hope to see them take an eco here. But even if they do, Harry, they are going to be backs up against the wall here for these last couple of rounds of the map. Or maybe overtime. It's always on the cards. Oh, they've gone for the force. This is a big investment from NRG. A big risk, but also a huge reward if they find it.
I mean, yeah, this is an interesting decision to say the very least, right? The alternative obviously was taking an eco and then you cobble a buy together at 14-14. They've got faith they can get this done with the AWP over on Cirque rifles. Stan and Ethan taking the hit in terms of the firepower. Now, one thing to note is there's still decent money for Sharks. Even if NRG pick this up, while they will be arriving at map and series point, it's not that they break the T economy on the back of a win here. They've grouped 4 players up inside of A. They have Cirque on that half wall playing the solitary, lonely railgun roll over here towards B. Flashed off the angle, now has to give it up. This is where you see the rotation come through from Tarek. Should be telegraphed to Sharks here. You know that if you see an AWP up on the half wall, the odds are there was that 4-man stack over towards A.
That's smart from Sharks. They just throw the flash and they don't commit off the back of it. What that's done is it sent Cirque back. He thinks they're at the top of B. They're not. They never even went around the corner. They just wanted to send the AWP far enough back, and you know that Cirque is going to fall back after a couple of missed shots.
So now pretty secure in the fact that they forced at least 1 rotation away from this A bomb site. They'll try and hit it. They'll try and get in, but Ethan and Breezy making quick work of this long play. Only Knack and JNT left standing, and JNT will get 1. Cirque's in position to help out. Down goes Knack, and it's map point now for NRG.
And you could see the game plan the second they went into that round, right? The only issue in this game for NRG on the CT side has been that B site. And so they immediately do 2 things. They throw that bottom banana smoke. They take a lot of control. They slow down any chance of these Ts pushing. And then they throw the AWP up. Even though Cirque doesn't find any kills, he scares Sharks off of that B site. He makes them go back towards A. And from then on, perfect triple setup on that site. They give up long. They play inside of the pit. And I don't know how Ethan gets 2 kills there with a UMP on default. No idea, but he shuts him down.
Bit of a mainstream update as well for those of you who are curious as to how that's going. It's currently 14-14 on Mirage between INTZ and Luminosity. So potential for overtime there. it's kind of running parallel, you know, like to this stream. We've got two very, very close games. And I mean, that's kind of always what you want to see, especially on day one. If things get off to a competitive start, then creates for some spicy situations as the event continues. Getting back into this one now. NRG reaching map point on their map pick. Sharks, they've worked so hard to see this scoreline now turn against them. After securing that 8-7 half, feels sour. The fast push in towards B. This was their fail-safe a few rounds ago. This was what they could rely on. This time they've lost Leo initially. They will get that trade onto Tarek, and now only Ethan here. Stan's come rotating in to try and help out. Will wait on the other side of the smoke. He's picked up no problem. Ethan back against the wall, fighting for his life, but Exit's going to trade onto him. Just Cirque and Breezy remain, and Sharks, they could find this 14th round here and now.
Yeah, he really wanted that bomb plant stop. Right now, Sharks, you have to remember the context of this round. If they win it, NRG are out of money, so you have to at least consider going for this retake. They may be a man down, but they've got no other option. Breezy's up towards the top of B already. Cirque's just waiting patiently, Ruin's side, and contact's going to be made to RCF, who's not watching it. Breezy gets a free kill, not expecting the banana retake play. Exit caught in the corner, but there's a crossfire and a missed shot from Cirque. It's just Breezy left alone. 1-on-2, the time is ticking. He's just looking for damage now. He can't win the round, and that has got to hurt. One kill, finds the second. Surely he can't get away with the AWP in time, and no, it is done. 14 rounds for Sharks. All the money in the world as well after that win, and NRG are going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm not going to lie, I don't know how Ethan even got out of the sandbags at the start. That fast B play, I'm surprised NRG were not expecting it. But Ethan, he flashed himself, fully blinded himself and the enemies, and actually got out of there. It was just, again, Tarek missing a shot with the AWP on B, and from then on fell apart. Actually, no, he didn't miss a shot, sorry. He killed the first man in, and then he got flashed off and got caught too deep and couldn't back off. So, yeah, just unlucky on B. And now NRG fighting to win. They don't want to play OT, but they might not have a choice.
Yeah, this isn't a buy that inspires too much confidence. That said, I mean, the money is not great for Sharks either. This is probably one of like the worst buys I've ever seen into a round 30. Like into a 30-round game, rather. The last in regulation, and it is just a collection of Galils and whatever you can muster on really either side of the table.
It's because it's been so back and forth.
And then in that last round, the fact that everyone died, which is just wild. And I mean, it set us up for such a weird ending to regulation on this map. Now the potential of overtime very much on the cards. It's a real threat at NRG.
Whoever wins this round is renamed to the Budget Boys. That's the
Budget Boys.
The Budget Boys, because boys on a budget.
Is it like Backstreet Boys reference?
Yeah, or? But without the money.
Okay.
Or the fame. Or the guitars. Oh, selling a fake on B right now. It's a close A crunch. How have they done it? They've dropped the bomb out in the open. Cirque trying to back off. They do know Stan was here, but do they know he's on that close corner? Exit needs to check it, but he's alone. Breezy's killed the Apps flanker, and Stan's still kicking in the face. Exit dropped, and RCF alone. How is this round falling apart? 10 seconds left up, and he's gone as well. NRG, the Budget Boys with pistols in play, and they'll find their 16th round. Inferno is locked in by the pickers of the map, by the team that we assumed, but what a close game that was.
Yeah, and I mean, you almost feel heartbroken for Sharks, right? They went from being on the back foot. It looked like, you know, they were maybe even down and out at one point in time. The scoreline was like 6-2, I think, in favor of NRG. And then we see them go 8-7 in the end of that first half. Things are looking up. They start to make the comeback look like a real reality. And they get it down to the wire. They get it to that 14-14 scoreline, but it's NRG to close it out in the end. They wither the storm. They withstand the Sharks. And, I mean, that in and of itself is an impressive feat. But now heading into the second map, Nuke.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's all up in the air, Harry.
Yeah, now I don't know what to expect. Because before I was coming into this, I was like, yeah, NRG, I think Sharks maybe get like 10 rounds on Inferno.
Yeah.
The fact that it was so close, and really, like, that should have been an overtime. Like, let's be real. It was an incredible effort from Stan and Cirque over in mid. And then, you know, you could tell the pressure kind of getting to Sharks a bit there. Like, you've worked so hard to get to that moment, and you know that you're like the more favored team. You've got the more firepower in that situation. You have like everything you need to take it, and then you lose those first 2 players. And there's just like that moment where you could see like, oh God, like we've got 25 seconds, we're 2 players down, we have to do something. And it all suddenly became very like disjointed. They weren't, you know, like, because you're not really able to you know, get like recompose yourself in those situations. You've got 20 seconds to make a decision that decides your fate in this game. Like, that's a horrible spot to be in.
I wouldn't say the last 20 seconds had any value. It was the first minute of the round, right? You go from like the way they actually got to that position, they got to 14 rounds, were the faster plays, the quick B rushes, stuff like that. And then, certainly you get in your own heads. And I understand them slowing it down against pistols, knowing you can bleed out util, knowing that there's low money for NRG. But the first time they've just walked up mid with 30 seconds, like no flashes, no smoke, just walk up mid. Like, that's not going to work. You know you're against a low buy. That's the only way NRG win that round on A is close mid or hiding in the sights with pistols and playing time. That's the only way they can do it. And very unfortunate way to lose a game. But yeah, maybe getting in their heads a little bit. I don't know. Either way, Nuke coming up as that next map it's one where Sharks can certainly take it away. And I still think we're going to 3 maps, Harry. After seeing Sharks, you know, get 14 rounds on Inferno, really put NRG to the test. Yeah, I think they can do Nuke.
Yeah, I really hope that they can, because it looked like they'd really been doing their homework when we saw them play on it just earlier on. And you know, I'm hoping that they came into this prepped to take on a team like NRG, right? I feel like if you were going to prepare for anyone in this group, this is the team you're going to be watching the demos of. This is the team you're going to be brushing up on. You can see the head-to-head here between 2 of the top performers that we had, JNT and Tarek on either side of the equation. JNT with 31 kills, and it still wasn't enough to close that map out. 174
ADR in a lost game. That's
that is heartbreaking.
Oh dear. Well, they've got to stitch those hearts back together while we move into the next map. It's going to be Nuke. It's going to be the pick of Sharks. It's going to be their chance to stay in this matchup and, of course, head over to those playoffs. Join us in just a moment for map number 2.